Population ecology. We've all heard about zombie viruses, but there could be one that's real and it's affecting deer. But just exactly what is it? Deer population has been very high, with laws protecting them and allowing them to have significant growth, and they are first-level consumers who eat most plants and foliage types. They are also food for many upper-level consumers depending on location. Carrying capacity is how many deer can fit in a given habitat or area. Like if there's a woods, it's how many deer can live in that woods with there still being a stable amount of food for them to eat. Symbiosis is the relationship between deer and other living organisms in the ecosystem. So like the relationship between deers and other prey, like rabbits, like how they interact. It could be how the deer interact with grass, how the animals that eat them interact with them.
Chronic wasting disease. This disease is a virus that runs through the nervous system, eventually attacking the deer's brain. This can spread from deer to deer from like saliva, urine, deer feces, pretty much anything that like came out of a deer or like has the deer's DNA in it.
There's just some graphs. So like that's where it is in PA. That shows all like the infection zones and how like in the more redder areas, like how populated, how much of the population of deer has it. This is to show how many since 2010, how many heads that were collected and tested for CWD actually had CWD. And then this graph is the rate of infection that's growing in PA. There's a couple other ones for like reference, but the orange line is PA. The impact on the ecosystem in the food web that the deer have are many different things, like terrain changing, whether that's eating so much food that there's less trees and that makes the land less stable, or eating too much grass and it causes drought. And they can cause top-down and bottom-up trophic cascades. So basically, like, if they were gone, that would create an influx and a large amount of first-level producers for other consumers to eat, and it would create a lack of food for things like the coyotes, the bobcats, and the foxes. Well, not the foxes, actually.
Action plan. So there's a lot of ways we can prevent chronic wasting disease and like help scientists like research for a cure. So if you're like a hunter or something, you kill a deer and like you think it's like sick, you can report it or like put it in a bin that goes to like all the scientists and researchers. And if you think an animal is sick, report it immediately. Clean your skull if you kill a sick animal and like you're planning to transport it or like eat it. And you can volunteer or submit your deer for CWD sampling. So basically like it tests your sick deer for like if it has chronic wasting disease and like how we can stop it from like attacking the deer's brain. Adaptations. Deers adapt to chronic wasting disease by slowly eroding deer productivity and reducing a population's ability to sustain hunter harvest without declining. And this affects humans. Like it can affect like the meat that we eat from them. Like it can get us very sick if we do eat it. But if we don't eat the meat off of a sick deer, it can't really affect us. Humans are trying very hard to research for a cure, but for now there is no cure. Hunters are also a big provider to this like research by turning their like sick deers into waste bins or research bins, so like the scientists can get the deer to research and like find different ways to cure. And recreation. So chronic wasting disease is like a really big problem, like in the U.S. because it's like slowly declining the deer population, and it's also moving into like the elk population, just like absolutely like killing them off in like big numbers.
Okay, we did not put a conclusion slide, but overall, CWD is a virus that while it's not a large issue to humans directly, like it can't affect us, it is affecting deer, and it can affect other big parts of ecosystems that the deer are in and cause trophic cascades and could possibly even adapt to spread to other viruses or other organisms.
This is what you should know about chronic wasting disease. See you next time.